Today I'm going to read this book called Wanted, Best Friend. Wanted, Best Friend by A.M. Monson. Pictures by Lynn Messenger. Okay, before I start reading, think about what is it, a little cat. Do you think the cat has any friends? I don't think so. I think he is looking for a friend. Cat and Mouse sat at the table. They were playing checkers. The two played the game so often that Cat sometimes made up new rules. "That's it," said Cat. "I won." He set up the checkers for another game. Okay, so this cat doesn't sound like he plays by the rules. He's just making up his own rules. "That's the third time you've won," complained Mouse. "Let's play Crazy Eights now." "I hate Crazy Eights," said Cat. "You take forever to decide which card to play." "But when we play Crazy Eights, I win sometimes," said Mouse. He folded his arms across his chest. "Either we play Crazy Eights or I go home." "All right," said Cat. "Go home. I'll find someone else to play with me." "Fine," said Mouse. He picked up his hat and left. So it looks like the cat and mouse had an argument because the cat didn't want to play what the mouse wanted to play. So the mouse left. Let's see what the cat did next. Cat scratched his head. How would he find another friend? Suddenly, he had an idea. He grabbed a piece of paper and a pencil. He wrote, "Wanted, best friend, must like to play games. See Cat immediately." Then he called the Hollow Log Gazette. 2 days later, there was a knock at Cat's door. "Did you advertise for a friend?" asked Mole. "Yes," answered Cat. "Come in." He hoped Mole liked to play checkers as much as he did. Okay, so it looks like he found a friend. "How about some munchies?" asked Mole. "Help yourself," said Cat. Mole disappeared into the kitchen. Okay, so the mole went straight to the kitchen. He wants some snacks. When he came out, he was carrying a can of soda, a jar of peanut butter, crackers, bananas, an ice cream bar, and a bag of pretzels. The can of soda tumbled to the floor. Mole kicked it toward the table. Okay, so his hands are full. He has way too many snacks. "Ah," said Mole. He tossed the banana peel over his shoulder. "Now I'm ready to play." Cat moved his checker first. Mole stuffed his mouth with crackers and peanut butter. "Your turn," said Cat. Mole dumped all the pretzels onto the table, then moved his playing piece. Do you think Mole is being a good friend right now? It looks like he's making a mess. The cat does not look too happy. Cat smiled. He jumped over Mole's checker using his own. "Oh dear," said Cat. His fingers sank into a gooey glob of peanut butter when he touched Mole's checker. "Time for a drink," said Mole. "No, wait," said Cat, but it was too late. Orange soda sprayed from the can into Cat's face. Okay, so look at the table. It is a mess. The mole is not being very clean right now. And I think he made Cat upset. "This will not do," said Cat. He raced for a towel. "You cannot be a slob and be my best friend." Cat avoided Mole's sticky fingers and led him by the arm out of the house. He just finished cleaning up Mole's mess when he heard another knock at the door. Okay, so I don't think Mole and the cat are going to be friends because he kicked him out of his house. But I think somebody else is responding to the ad. Let's find out who it is. Do you advertise for a friend? Asked Otter. He carried a large and bumpy duffel bag. Yes, I did, said Cat. Come in. I have everything we need to have fun, said Otter. He unzipped the bag. Baseball, basketball, softball, football, soccer ball. But I like to play checkers, said Cat. Balls bounced around his feet. Okay, so it looks like the otter has different ideas of what to play. Let's see if the cat will try something new. Boring, said Otter. These games are a lot more fun. Watch. He grabbed the basketball and tossed it into a lampshade. 2 points, he yelled. Cat raced to steady the wobbling lamp. A football sailed past his head and through the rabbit ears on the television. Touchdown, cheered Otter. I think the otter's doing his own thing. He doesn't really care what the cat wants. No more, said Cat, but he was too late. Otter kicked the soccer ball into the fireplace. Goal, cried Otter. This will not do, said Cat. He stamped out sparks. You cannot burn my house down and be my best friend. He made Otter pick up the balls and showed him the door. Okay, so he was not too happy with Otter either. He almost burned his house down. Cat was eating lunch when he heard another knock. I do hope that's Mouse, and that he's come back to play. Cat ran to the door. Raccoon is a name, and skateboarding is my game. I don't know how to ride a skateboard, said Cat. Nothing to it, said Raccoon. He dropped 2 skateboards to the ground. Get on. But I like to play checkers, said Cat. I think you're scared, said Raccoon. I am not, lied Cat. He closed the door and locked the door behind him. He put one foot on the skateboard, then the other. Raccoon gave a big push and sent Cat flying down the sidewalk. So it looks like the raccoon is forcing Cat to do something he doesn't want to do. But Cat needs a friend, so he's going to try it out. How do I stop? Cried Cat. Put your foot down, called Raccoon. Cat didn't hear. His skateboard raced toward a busy street. Jump! Yelled Raccoon. Cat closed his eyes and jumped. Crash, clang, squish. Cat landed in the middle of the neighbor's garage. So Cat's having a hard time riding a skateboard because he's never done it before. Raccoon laughed at him. This will not do, said Cat. He pulled his foot out of a garbage can. You cannot laugh at me and be my best friend. He hobbled toward home. Do you think the raccoon is being a good friend? He laughed at him when he fell. He plopped into a big stuffed chair. If Mouse had a phone, I would call and invite him back. Suddenly, he had an idea. He grabbed a piece of paper and a pencil. He wrote, Mouse, please come back. Willing to play Crazy Eights. Cat. Then he called the Hollow Log Gazette. 2 days later, there was a knock at Cat's door. Do you think the mouse came back? Let's find out. Mouse, said Cat, I'm so happy to see you. He led his friend to the table. I'm thirsty, said Mouse. He disappeared into the kitchen, then returned with a glass of water. Cat watched Mouse set the glass on a napkin. You're so tidy, said Cat. Thank you, said Mouse. And you never throw things around my house, said Cat. Wouldn't dream of it, said Mouse. And you don't skateboard, said Cat. Too dangerous for a klutz like me, answered Mouse. Okay, so it looks like Mouse is a really good friend. He doesn't make a mess. He doesn't play anything dangerous. Cat smiled. Mouse, he said, you're my kind of best friend. and the two of them began to play Crazy Eights. So it looks like the cat just had to take a second and listen to the mouse and try to understand why the mouse wanted to play his favorite game, which is Crazy Eights. Sometimes we argue with our friends, and that's okay. But sometimes we should also listen to our friends and try to understand them